everybody. I'm Aphrodite, you're a Starfire. Welcome to my channel. Just get ready with me. I have 20 minutes till I have to leave. See if anybody shows up. See if we can get this phone situation to work. There we go. Hoi. Hey Peyton, I'm good. How are you? I'm just trying to get ready here. Can you hear me okay? Hi, 6 people. All right. It's got to be fast here. So we're doing a get ready with me. I'm going out to dinner. And I'm going to talk about some things. Getting my Dindle on. Hi Angel, what's up? All right, so as you guys know, I'm sure, United States just bombed Iran, or at least took out their WMDs. And I just wanted to talk about the symbolism of the whole thing and that it happened. Can you guys hear me okay? It happened on the summer solstice. It's called Operation Midnight Hammer. And the summer solstice is the shortest night of the year, longest day of the year. And it's called Operation Midnight. So it's in the middle of the shortest night of the year. So that has some importance in symbolism. The whole thing, especially if you look at the computer graphics that they're showing, or the animations of the B2 bomber, is a macro sexual ritual, a macro insemination of the sperm going into the egg, dropping a bomb into the underground layers, the underground nuclear. What is an egg but a nucleus, right, of DNA? And the summer solstice is supposed to kind of celebrate the height of fertility of the earth, the peak of summer, the peak of when the days that are becoming longer all of a sudden become shorter. It's a midway point. It's midnight. Well, if you really think about it, it'd be more like it's noon on a clock if the year is the full 12 hours. then the solstice would be, or 24 hours, and the solstice would be noon. But it's a macro conception, like impregnating the world, impregnating the minds of the masses with war, with ideas of war, with I mean, it's the same old story, right? The same old story after 9/11, the WMDs, you know, like, as far as I'm concerned, nothing really had changed in regard to the whole situation other than Israel had started bombing things. But I just thought it was so significant that it happened in the middle of the night of the shortest night of the year, summer solstice, to do nuclear facilities, because it's all about DNA, the nuclear family. Iran is not allowed to have the nuclear information. And if, like, you're not aware, like, Iran is one of the few countries that is not part of the petrodollar. They're not part of the world economy. They're like their own thing. And they have a lot of very, very old technology, very old wealth, gold, lots of treasures that haven't been confiscated yet or accessible to the Western world. A lot of things during the Iraq War, the old treasures were destroyed, if not confiscated, to hide the, you know, true history of our realm. And there are many more artifacts and hidden tech, ancient tech in Iran that has been sheltered by that culture, because they have been, similarly to North Korea, been kind of sequestered away from the main Western world and information technology. So also, I'm in Germany right now. I'm in Bavaria, and ever since I've gotten here, I've been seeing the number 22. 22 has been very, very significant. I used to see numbers a lot, especially at the beginning of my spiritual awakening. And it's not too often these days that I get messages or downloads like I used to. But something about the number 22 on this trip has just shouted at me. And like it's been assigned to me in multiple ways throughout this trip. I've just been seeing it in significant ways. And I just figured out why, because I was trying to find meaning in it. And it's the B2 bombers. B is 2, the letter 2, or, you know, the second letter. B2 is 22. So I was getting the message about the B2 bombers before it happened. Let's see. What do I want to do? Yeah. What else? And I ran so far. So, some big shiznit's gonna hit the fan. I mean, I guess it already did, but something even greater is on the way. Maybe it's just kind of more of an awakening ritual to see how many people can see through the veil of the lies that were told in the news about the reasons why certain countries need to be managed and demolished and conquered. Because when we did the regime change of Iran back in the 70s, it wasn't that long ago. Iran used to be a modern country with women's rights and education and all that. And when we did the regime change, because we didn't like whoever was in power then, I think because they weren't letting us have access to the oil, we put somebody in power that was super anti-progressive, anti-women's rights, and that's why there was the whole mass exodus of Persian people from Iran to the United States, a lot of which they went to Los Angeles. So what do I want to do for my brown? Let's see. So it's a big sex ritual. They do these here and there. And that means that something is going to be born. Now, if it's an actual entity, if it's an idea, if it's a new way of living, I do not know. But I wanted to kind of bring these ideas to the forefront of the people that watch my channel, because I'm sure a lot of other people are going to see the things that I'm seeing in regards to the symbolism, but it's so significant that they did it on the night of the summer solstice, the shortest night of the year. And it's interesting because it was one day in America and another day in Iran when this happened. It was like, I think 10 o'clock in New York, and then like 2 in the morning in Iran. But yeah, it has to do with DNA, nucleuses, every time they say nuclear, it's not what you think. It has to do with DNA. And about like seeds and seeding ideas. And of course, there's the iPet goat connection, iPet goat 2. That everybody in the awakening community, conscious community, has been just waiting to play out, and it seems like this is the thing that is what is depicted in iPet Goat 2. I'm sure Russia is going to be involved, and maybe China, and it's going to be East against West, the old versus the new. But also, it's going to be interesting to see if the people that back Trump are going to stand for this kind of warmongering perpetuation of military involvement in the Middle East after Trump had campaigned that he was not going to promote that kind of stuff. Shoot, I'm uneven. I thought it was also significant that it was 125 planes that were involved in this operation, and 125 is basically like halfway through the year, like half of 365. I mean, it's not exact, but it is close. What else? I messed up. So coincidentally, I'm going out to a nice dinner in Bavaria with some pretty important people. And some people that helped join East and West a while ago. And it's really hot here. So what do you guys think? Good morning. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm excited for my dinner tonight. I'm looking forward to some good food. The food here in Germany has been really yummy. The food's very clean. Feels like there's like no chemicals in it. Non-GMO. And like the tomatoes have like the best tomato flavor. It's so hard to explain, you know. Coming from California, you'd think like, oh, those would be the best tomatoes, but a lot of tomatoes these days, they don't even have like any flavor. But the tomatoes here, it's like, oh, that's like the tomato flavor that I've been expecting for so long. All right, I'm already sweating. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out there. It's not organized. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more things that pop up, things that you guys think about. Please put them in the comments if you think of any other significant symbols. But definitely keep in mind the macro conception idea of both something physical and of mental ideas. All right, that's it. I have to tie my dindle, but gotta go. Thanks for joining me. Bye.